This guys, hope all's well. I did a video recently just around, midlife crisis and just how we basically we can create a life from original decisions that were made in a state of survival. So we choose a career because we need a job. The career develops. We get used to the salary, we have kids, we have a mortgage, and we can build a cage around ourselves. It's the success trap. And for a lot of people that can be, first of all, some people aren't aware of it. They're just like, oh, well, everyone works and I just feel shit for other reasons. Well, the point of this video is to say there's some truth to both sides of that, because sometimes the thing that people are more bothered about when they get to their 40s isn't always their job, even though they might be like not fully happy with it. There might be other ththings around them that's bothering them a lot more. And I don't want to wreck anyone's relationships or anything like that, but as we can choose a job out of survival, we can also choose our partner or where we live or our friends groups, anything. Because if we want a certain thing in our life, like we want someone that we want to be with, or we want to feel like we belong to a group or whatever, what we can sometimes do is we can lower our standards and we can almost change our personal boundaries on things as well, and we will tolerate more in certain situations in favor of that thing that we wanted. And when we kind of get a bit older and work on ourselves a bit, and we start to become whole from within, if you know what I mean, we become a bit more content with who we are and ourselves, we start to realize that them things that we put in place to help us feel perhaps more loved or valued or accepted or whatever it is, we realize that we might not need to tolerate them things anymore. And this is when friendships can break down. It's when relationships can break down. It's a lot of things. I heard an analogy the other day, actually. It was like when a couple broke up, it wasn't that the person, the man, was breaking up with that woman. It was the man breaking up with the old version of himself that tolerated that woman. So it was almost, it was not you, it's me situation in its purest form. And that can happen in lots of different areas of our life. And we start to see it. It starts with awareness, things that bother us, things that feel heavy, things that are simple things that just don't feel right anymore. And it could be ourselves, like I stopped tolerating getting drunk and eating shit food and whatever. Like, it can be anything. But the key is that we're gonna feel like shit, we're gonna feel anxious, we're gonna feel depressed and things. If we don't take action on this and become more aligned to who we're supposed to be, especially if we have an opportunity to change it. And then there's that realization stage as well. Like, after that awareness stage and you start to see things, there's that realization that, fuck, I am a different person now. I don't belong in some of these situations or some of these places. I have evolved from this. So then it's a case of it not being necessarily a crisis, but more of an opportunity to then redesign the life that you want from a more mature mindset, from a totally different place. Not at school or when you're a teenager and you've got to choose a job. you're older, you're wiser, you've seen a bit of the world, you've been in a few relationships, you might have some money behind you, you might have a bit of space to think, and you know what you like, what you don't like, and you know where you've been letting yourself down and people pleasing, and letting your boundaries loose a little bit. You can then go, okay, in a perfect world then, based on who I am and where I am now, what is it? Who is it I really want to be? What does that person have? Where do they live? What's their friendship group like? What's their missus like? Whatever it is. And then you can actually start to live from there and start to put these goals in place. And you move away from the old version of you and everything that was associated with that to the version you're supposed to be. And when you do that and you feel more aligned, you start to obviously feel less anxious and depressed in that, because you are doing what you're supposed to be doing in this world, and you might be having a different impact and feeling fulfilled in different ways. So I don't really get much deeper than this. I've worked with so many coaches, and this sort of topic comes up a lot. We're living from the end, living from our desired self or our vision. Not having goals, but living from our goals, and awareness of our identity and all this stuff is very, very important. And I've probably spent over 40 grand on coaches in the last 10 years. So there's a lot of things in there, a lot of little bits like this that I want to share on this channel, just to see if it might help someone else, in terms of the thought patterns and things. But anyway, I hope that helps someone in a positive way. And I might see you guys in a future video. See you guys.